what's going on.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, look at that, Druid Mirror.
I have no clue what was banned. Do we know what was banned?
Not Druid. So it's
What do they ban? Oh, it'd be good to know, but I guess we don't know.
So it looks like Comm is playing a slower Druid deck. I see a Farseer, a Sludge Belcher. Azradrake's kind of interesting in that style list. Must be ramp. The big thing here is...
Comm is actually not playing the slower Druid deck. He's just got a lot of 5-drops.
Okay.
He's the one who's done the spectacular comeback wins from, oh, guess you're dead. You know, that kind of deal.
Yep. Yeah, I played like 12 of them myself.
Yeah.
5-drop, or 9 rather. But yeah, this matchup mostly comes down to Wild Growth. RDU didn't have it, and Comm was basically guaranteed a free win until Wild Growth happened off the top. So now it's going to be a very interesting game, actually. Both players
wild growthing?
Yeah, exactly. It's very fair now. Both players have a decent curve. I like the look of
Turn 3 going first Yeti is really big.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get a hero power the other guy's Yeti first. I mean, Comm's not completely out of it, though. Still a great curve. He can hero power back. Honestly, I would just drop a Big Game Hunter as a creature in this matchup, even if he gets Keeper of the Grove.
I think I'd just drop Druidiclaw and Taunt and Yeti face here, wouldn't you?
In this position, he's got 5 mana, so I would...
You could coin Black Knight if you had one, which would be probably a game loss.
Yeah, exactly. I like playing around stuff like that usually, so I'd probably go Shade Hero Power. Potentially use Druid of the Claw to charge later into like a Keeper of the Grove and guarantee value. So yeah, he's going to make the play that auto loses to Black Knight, but luckily for him, Comm doesn't have it here. Black Knight's a card that's extremely common for a Druid Mirror opponent to have it because... Oh, justice was served.
Did he top deck Black Knight?
He might have.
Yes,
Perpetuating
he did.
stereotypes of violence, stealing Druid of the Claw's bike, and he takes 4 damage on top of that. This game just completely swung. But yeah, because you keep Black Knight in the opening hand, it's like super likely that the Druid Mirror will have the Black Knight on time. So.
Lotheb and Go turns out to be all right.
Absolutely. All right, so...
More face.
Yep. Killing the creatures is just too inefficient, and you've got the lead, so... He's even got a double swipe hand. This looks extremely good for Comm. He seems very far ahead at this point.
These turns have been played out very quickly as well.
Yeah.
I figured there'd be more thought behind them.
Honestly, Druid is the least difficult deck to play, I think, in my opinion, of any deck, because you just kind of... Your curve is so varied, so you just kind of use all your mana every turn.
That swipe setup.
Yeah. That's pretty... I mean, it's not like you can't not kill the 4/5, right? So it's just the risk you have to take because you're so far behind, and yeah, get swipe Reno'd. He doesn't have any piece of the combo. Like, you can't let those live.
They both have Cenarius, and RDU gets the first one because they both wild growth.
Yeah,
and
so aggressive.
If the creatures end up staying in play, actually Cenarius might end up working at the way he sees the game, but that swipe's just going to crush it.
This does give RDU a potential to draw an Innervate. Like, by making that attack to the face, it might scare Comm a bit and make him play super defensively. You know, potentially even just being worried about dying to Savage.
Directly on the Lotheb there.
You could hero power it to finish it off, and then
you're 12.
Yeah.
Or 13, because I guess you gain 1.
Yeah. Man up, Crip. I like that play. I think it's better than swiping the Keeper, because it just lets you keep your 4/5s alive, right? Like, this way he has to trade off the Shade to actually clear off one of them, whereas, you know, otherwise if you like trade it off a 4/5, you just have so much less pressure. Oh, Savage Roar was drawn, so yeah, I would have just slammed Ancient Allure on 7 and probably killed the Keeper of the Grove, but I might also be dead if I did that, so I didn't exactly do the Savage Roar math. Players are playing pretty fast. It's tough to...
Do you heal here? Or do you draw into combo?
I think you have to heal because you have the Cenarius for next turn. So you have like a good play for next turn anyway.
I think the first Cenarius is a really big deal here. Oh, there's another piece.
Yeah. That's,
So you have 10 in hand, 4 on board, 5 with the hero power. Do you do something stupid here and go face?
I don't... I mean, would you just auto lose to like the second Ancient Allure or something? I mean, I might just draw with Lore. You're so far ahead anyway. Well,
I don't think you can draw with Lore. Because in turn 9, you died at combo.
Yeah, I get. Well, you can't... Like, you still die to combo if you heal. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have no way out of the combo, so I guess you don't play around it at all. I think that's the strategy, right?
Yeah. And maybe... Yeah, that's got to be...
Oh, the POV's switched.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. I'm confused now. So Comm's on bottom, right? Alright, Innervate draw lets him buff the Haunted Creeper along with the other guys. This game is so strange. You see just like the Druid Mirror, when both players get Wild Growth, you're just...
No buff.
You're just kind of trading haymakers. Just every play is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so 14 life. Doesn't look like Comm has lethal here. Would you...
Yeah, I think it's Comm's POV just based on the interaction of the cameras here. Someone's not feeling very well and then has his hand on the mouse. Yeah. So I'm quite sure. I'm sure it's Comm's turn right now. It's his hand on the right.
So what about Swipe, Wrath, Hero Power? Start by Wrath to draw on like a Trent, right? Swipe maybe the 5/8 or face, and then either go face with Lore or trade. Like you can kill everything but Cenarius and draw a card. It's super defensive, but RDU's down to 1 card. It's pretty safe, I think. I didn't really consider this play. This is a different way of doing it. I don't like this as much as Wrath Swipe because, first of all, you don't draw. Second of all, you lose your Force of Nature combo piece, which is an auto win. So, this is just like...
very safe, though, and you have Swipe for the next creature played.
This is just like strictly worse, right? Wouldn't you rather have the Force of Nature? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, now you Cenarius. You lose too much at this point?
To me, it feels like just giving up a card. Like, he could have drawn with Wrath the other way, but yeah. I don't know. Okay, so Cenarius, probably the best play here.
Easily.
Yeah. Looking really good for Comm again. Yeah, clearing that board just was definitely the right play because RDU just doesn't really have much to work with left. At this point, he's just going to desperately try to, cheese the game out with Force combo.
I think I would kill 1 and swipe face on Hero Power.
I think I would not play Keeper and swipe face and Hero. Well, no, you'd die before. If you hold Keeper, you can use it to get through a taunt, but you're probably not going to have enough turns to like silence and then combo the turn after that. So, yeah, I guess you have to play it out. You think just swipe face? Eh.
Okay.
He's trading to save a bit of life. I don't really know if that changes what kills him, but I guess it's a fine play. He could just Hero Power
RDU's
there.
drawing pretty slim right now, but he's not out of it.
Yeah, well... I mean, okay, so swipe Reno. Does he get...
Do you actually swipe here? I think I would heal.
If you heal, you're still dead to the combo. That's the thing.
Are you? Oh, because he has the extra 1/1, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, you'd be at 16, 17, 16. Yeah, you die.
Yeah, you still die. All right, so this is the better play because you come out with a better board.
Exactly. Oh, here it is. 1 turn and skill.
And
Yep.
You did say the better player would win. I guess that's
I said
true,
I wanted
right?
the better player to win.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's crazy that he
That is
recovered
actually
from
pretty
that
crazy.
Black Knight. Yeah. Well, that's how you win tournaments.
Yep. Well, RDU proves to be
Ahead all of a sudden, but then...
Yeah.
Honestly, RDU made a really good play there by going face that 1 turn of Lotheb. I think that was like the reason that worked out for him as well as it did.
Mm-hmm.
This is so hard for Shaman to win when the Druid gets Wild Growth. And when the Druid doesn't get Wild Growth, it's so hard for the Druid to win. So, yeah, Wild Growth, again. I don't know if I'd keep the Shade. I wouldn't really fault him either way. It kind of guarantees that you have a turn 4 play, but you could get a little greedy, look for a Yeti. It does kill a Feral Spirit token, and then, maybe eats a spell.
I like the Shade. I mean, whoa! Is he keeping both Wild Growths?
I've seen him keep crazier stuff. I don't know, man. Let's see. Swipe Arena. Okay. So RDU at this point just wants to draw, like, beef. 5 drops, 6 drops. There you go. Spectral Knight looks great. Solid mulligan from Comm. I think he chose to put back a Rockbiter, which is interesting, but it makes some sense.
Yeah, I mean, the Rockbiter doesn't kill anything by itself. You want to combo it later with a Wind Fury.
Yeah, pretty much the only early creature in Druid these days is Haunted Creeper sometimes. To, give you plays on those turns where you don't draw Wild Growth. Alright, so Innervate. Interesting draw.
He's got a lot of mana acceleration, but doesn't actually have great cards.
Exactly. If RDU draws a Lore, he's like very far ahead. If he doesn't draw a Lore, there's a very real possibility he just kind of runs out of stuff to play. I mean, Comm's just building. Oh, there you go.
That's about the worst card you can draw, I think.
Oh, it's close to it, yeah.
What would be worse? Wild Growth?
Angry Chicken? Millhouse? I don't know, man.
Out of the cards in his deck.
I wouldn't be surprised. So Comm is building up totems here, which is going to make it very possible for him to finish off that Spectral Knight with Flame Tongue.
That was an 8-mana turn.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that play, honestly. Every you get immediate value out of your innervates because every turn you choose not to play your creature, you're basically forfeiting a 4 damage attack. It's like you're giving up on a Mortal Strike by waiting. So you're actually maximizing value by using both innervates this turn.
Well, what can be done here? Nothing.
Don't you just have to Feral Spirit?
Feral Spirit and maybe Suicide the Creeper so you get more targets for your totems next turn?
That is a good play, except for the potential for Swipe. But RDU only has 1 card. I would not play around Swipe if I were Comm.
Yeah.
I would also get wrecked like Comm is about to get wrecked. But, yeah, it's if he doesn't make this attack, the board is actually in a pretty good spot for him. Let's see if he opts to play around the card. This is like a situation where I think it's mathematically correct to attack, even though the result is worse than not attacking. His play is correct, it's just you can't really be results-oriented about this.
RD is pretty happy. Turns out the 1 card that his opponent was fearing is the 1 card that he had left in his hand.
Yeah. RDU is just playing Haunted Creeper. It's likely just card for card.
Oh, do you kill that?
From the Europe BlizzCon qualifiers.
Oh man, that's disgusting. You killed it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he has.
Those Flame Tongues are useless.
Yeah, it's a good play. You definitely have to kill it there. All he has is a Haunted Creeper, right? Like going face there.
Why didn't he Earth Shock the Shade? That's an Earth Shock.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was bad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just checking.
All right, well, this all of a sudden looks horrible for the Shaman player. Nearly unwinnable. This is where the overload mechanic is so punishing. Like, RDU had the swipe last turn, and Comm just basically couldn't do anything on his turn but Earthshock. Oh, I don't think that works.
Now he can Earthshock.
That doesn't work how you think it works, sir.
Yeah, it'll silence it and then get it to 1 life. Then a 4/2 becomes like 2/1.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reverse Shatter Some Cleric in 1 card. That's pretty good.
Like that, yeah. Oh, he's even going to use a Hex here. Jeez. You might have to, honestly. You're just not going to have 3 mana available later. You know, with that Earthshock, you can Azure Drake Earthshock in the same turn, but that Hex is going to take pretty much a full turn, given the context of the rest of his hand. If I'm RDU here, I don't know if I'd play the Keeper. I probably would,
I
just
think
because...
just 2 damage.
Yeah, there's just not very many targets. It's also got 4 Butt, which is good. Survives Lightning Storm, Fire Elemental.
This game's over.
Yeah. I mean, when Shaman falls behind, it's just over. It's just...
That Earthshock was so big. Like, the misplay there. I mean, yeah, it's an Earthshock, but it's an Earthshock that doesn't work the next turn.
If he Earthshocked that turn, he actually could have developed Azure Drake on turn 5. And then RDU would have had to either attack that or he'd have an Azure Drake. One of the 2 things would have happened. And at that point, Comm would have been very in it, I think. But yeah, Wild Growth openings, like I said, just so difficult for Shaman to come back from.
Oh, there it is. That's what he was saving it for.
Yeah, got him.
Earthshock the Haunted Creeper with spell damage.
Is this a good draw? I can't tell, Crib.
Looks pretty good. I mean, you get to draw more from it.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much the best card in his deck.
You might just, like, Savage or push
Unless,
for damage.
10, 13... okay, actually, the best draw in his deck was Swipe. No, Swipe was 1 short, too. Eight plus 6, yeah. Or no. Yeah, it would have done it. Yeah, Swiper drew to the claw, or was what he wanted to see there. It was actually lethal. Lore is probably like the best non-lethal card to see, though. Alright, so this looks like more of a Death Rattle-y Shaman deck. See Sludge Belchers, Sylvanas. There's likely Reincarnate in there when you see Sylvanas. Bloodlust. Like, very cool Shaman deck. Good in the games that go along, but...
Yep, that's lethal.
Yeah.
Exact. Oh, 1 over with the hero power, I guess.
Yeah, it's just some tough luck for Comm, honestly. The Black Knight draw was very lucky for him in the 1 game, but I mean, after that point, the game was all but won, and the Force of Nature top deck got
RDU
him
looks
out of
bored.
it.
Maybe we should give him a loss and have him play like handlock or something.
I don't blame him, man.
Number 3, RDU's up 2-0 on Comm. Comm on Warrior. Warrior versus Druid. I was told this is not really what you want as a Warrior.
Yeah, Fast Druid's favored in the matchup, but again comes down to Wild Growth. Keeping the Yeti is interesting. It guarantees you have a 4-drop. Keeping the Wrath is
No, keeping the Ancient Allure.
That's like not wrong. But
I've done that in Arena, but I've
no, it's fine.
I've been told that Ancient Allure.
You're just gonna draw Wild Growth anyway. You don't need to mull for it. It's fine.
Okay.
It'll work out. I don't like mulling the Execute though. I feel like that card's pretty important when you expect your opponent to get out. I mean, not necessarily. I guess you need the Enabler for it. I would have kept Acolyte of Pain. That's the one thing I would have done differently as the Warrior, I guess. Maybe kept the Execute, but I see his reasoning for mulling it. It's not really useful to
What
turn
do you
5
even
or
do
6.
with Fiery War Axe in this matchup?
It
well, doesn't kill anything.
Let me tell you about a card called Mind Blast Crypt.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You play it, and then they're at 5 less life than they used to be. So, yeah, just some hero powers being traded back and forth. This is not a Wild Growth game, so it definitely looks better for Comm than the other games did. He just has, like, such a hand flooded with weapons, though. And Gorehowl's generally a fantastic card to see against Druid.
That's
Druid
pretty interesting. Why doesn't he coin out the Yeti?
Because it would give him no play next turn. It's much better to just play your Yeti.
That's not exactly true. He has double Wrath.
Oh, what are you going to Wrath against a turn 4 Warrior? Unless he Core Crown elites you in the face. It's just... I like saving the coin more. He's not going to go Yeti into Cairn as opposed to Yeti into nothing.
Oh, Black Knight time.
Yep.
Coin Black Knight. Seems familiar.
Yeah.
There's no Execute in his hand, but the Death's Bite does clean up the Yeti now.
This is actually just the most late game oriented. Like, this is such an unlucky hand for Comm to drop both Faceless. It's like so brutal. That's just kind of the story of the match.
Two Faceless.
That's not bad.
I don't think we've seen that yet in the tournament.
Not in a while, no. That's actually like the patented Tempo Storm card. We used to always play 2 of it in every class. Not so much anymore, though. It kind of fell out of favor when Hunter started getting more popular. But yeah, this is like... It doesn't look great for Comm. I mean, just given the nature of his hand, it's exactly what he doesn't want to see. Like, he wants to have some nice early game with like an Armor Smith into an Acolyte, and then develop a Cairn or a Sylvanas on 6. But his hand just is so reactive, and it's not even reactive cards that he can play all at once. He's already taking just way too much damage.
Well, now the Facelesses are pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if I like not shield slamming. That seemed like a mistake to me, because you're just never going to have armor again. Yeah, he could draw a shield block later, but then...
He drew an Execute. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually great. Kill the front half of Cairn. I mean, yeah, even the second half of Cairn isn't too big of a deal. You got the Cruel Taskmaster to finish that off. Oof. RDU's hand is just so stocked, though. Yeah, I'd definitely just develop lore here, go face. Complicated deck, Druid. So, I honestly like Ramp has a lot of play to it, but yeah, this I played a very similar list.
Oh, there's Brawl.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean,
what do you think about Facelessing Cairn? And you think Gorehowl?
Honestly, Faceless Cairn is probably correct. Like, you Faceless Cairn this turn, right? You run Cairn into Ancient Allure, and you Taskmaster to finish that off. That's probably the best play. Gorehowl's like really aggressive, but I feel like Faceless on Cairn accomplishes the same thing.
You can buff Cairn with the Cruel Task and then Faceless it. It died a Wrath, but he hasn't seen Wrath, has he?
Yeah, I've already used hand as 50 cards. I think you want to play around that card.
Okay.
I don't like Gorehowl as much, because Faceless on Cairn kind of gives you like 4 damage output every turn anyway.
I feel this game is over just because he doesn't have enough life to do anything. Like, what do you do with Gorehowl at this point? Hit 6 or face?
Yeah.
I don't like Gorehowl at all.
It's honestly, I think it's a good card right now, but it's just not... His early game was so awkward that he was already behind on board by the time he could play it. Like, Gorehowl's a card you want to play when it locks your opponent out of the game.
I feel like RDU's just going to take this 3-0 2 turns from now.
Yeah. 1 turn from now. I mean, True to the Claw with charge here would be, like, what, 8 plus, like, 14 damage. He's, like, 1 off lethal right now.
Yeah.
So it's... I mean, yeah, this game does not look great for... That's a good Haunted Creeper play instead of developing a more expensive minion and Shaded Extramus. Like, it guarantees you have dudes if he brawls. Makes it much more likely you have lethal.
What do you do here? Do you kill the Haunted Creeper and then brawl and then gore howl the remainder?
I guess. I mean, it's really the only play. I want to say you just start armoring now.
There it is, the 1/1. Gore howl time. Kill that thing.
No, maybe Taskmaster Hero
Kill
Power.
Kill it.
It develops a 2/2. It's good. Now here the right play is Gore Howl face.
Nope. Oh,
Alright.
there's more cards.
Yeah. Oh, he's not dead, surprisingly. So.
I feel like you just draw here. Because what's he gonna kill the Ancient Allure with?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Maybe just Spectral Knight Shade. I mean,
or he can draw with the rats, deal with the board that way. He still draws 2 cards. And the 2 cards on the board would be dealing with his Ancient Allure.
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a fine play. Get some value out of those. Like, you just want to draw cards to get closer to that Force of Nature.
Well, it's gonna be 3 plus 4 apiece.
I really like this play. It's definitely his best chance to win. What this does is it lets him set up potential lethal with the Faceless next turn. Oh my god. Does RDU not have... Okay, hold up. 4, 11, 12. He's 1... No. He's got to be lethal. Druidal Cloud Charge, Savage Roar, right?
I think so.
7 plus 6?
6 plus 5 plus 2.
Yeah, he just has lethal.
Yeah, he just kills him. Just wins.
I've seen him miss it before. Okay. Oh, he's going to do it with Keeper of the Grove. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, 2 games of Wild Growth and that Force of Nature top deck. Just like, honestly, everything really seemed to go RDU's way. And sometimes
I was like, what?